DA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big play there on the catch and run.
That's going to be a good matchup for him. Using him out of the backfield and telling those linebackers, hey, you're not only going to have to try and run with him, but you're going to have to try and tackle him in the open field.
Now a play fake. Brady. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Big hole up the middle, and he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great effort there. With another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that makes the score 7-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's Jackson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
On the run, this is Jackson. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
All right, let's put the check mark on the defensive side of the ledger there. Really nice tackle by the man in the middle. But why was he able to get that done? Because he has 4 down linemen in front of him, 2 tackles, 2 ends. And what they often try to do is create what we call a funnel. Right to the man in the middle linebacker, who often leads his team in tackles.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. This down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Tyree Jackson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker with the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Brady to throw. Throw left side taken in by Miller. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Seven, our score after one. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll go for it. It's Brady. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play there on the catch and run. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brady. And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Scotty Miller, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point put through by Succop, and that makes the score 14-7. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Jackson. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's Huntley. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Akeem Hicks able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season.
And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And it's now 21-7.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. Jackson, and he will have the 1st down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a 1st down.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The fullback comes through with a big play there.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A good solid gain there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Now Jackson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Here's Jackson to throw.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted.
It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Buccaneers are going to have it here at their own 15. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Looking to throw again on second down. Brady steps away to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Hey, check Mike 6, Mike 6. Come on. No, 66. Mike 6.
Brady going to throw. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Fielded at the 33. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
He's going deep for Brown.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 22. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Now a handoff here to his running back. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15.
Throwing now is Brady. Forced out to his left. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hand. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up, taking it right down Broadway. He's at the 40, past the 20. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
Boy, what an incredible way to end the half. A chance for a late 3, but instead it turns into 6 points the other direction. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's caught inside the 5. And he will get into the end zone. So a perfect finish to the half. They get the touchdown on the final play and 2 more for good measure. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they're down on the scoreboard, sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's a fire and brimstone. You've got to fire these guys up. Make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half, too many turnovers. Tighten things up. Maybe get in their face a little bit, get in their grill, and then send them back out.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
They'll run with Jackson. Here's Jackson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Taken in at the 22. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
To throw, it's Brady. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Brady now on 1st down.
And yet again, it's Howard with a catch. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Brady. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brady.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scotty Miller with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Extra point put through by Succop, and the lead now stands at 13. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not pump the ball again.
They'll run it with Jackson.
Brandon, you know, we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan. That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball, and in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
On the ground, this is Jackson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Off the option and able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
And that's why the fullback position was created. You just want a big, strong, powerful guy you can hand the ball to and pick up good yardage.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
And how about that on 3rd down? So many different directions an offense can go. Throw it out wide to the receivers, get it to their speedy running back. They changed up everything and handed it to the fullback, and he surprised them all and picked up a 1st down.
Well, now a carry here for their fullback. Levante David in on the tackle.
And there's the pickup you want on 1st down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on 1st down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
Play action. Now Jackson. Flushed out right. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Huntley to throw. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. To throw, Huntley. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Meanwhile, Brady's throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That's taken on the 25. So a change of possession here on the punt. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
A give to the fullback on the dive. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
And that was a good collision right there. And I know this as a former defender. If you're playing linebacker, you're going through a checklist on every play on who you think's going to get the ball and where you think the ball's going to go. Rarely do you expect the fullback position to get it. And on that play he did. So you got to steel yourself at that point because the contact is going to be strong. Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On the give, this is their fullback. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Jackson. Screen play, McKenna. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That catch good for only a couple. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Huntley. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Bucs are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game.
Matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Bucs, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.